In the summer of 1992, A League of Their Own convinced an entire generation that the diamond belonged to women too, turning the Rockford Peaches into a team people still quote decades later. The manager nobody wanted leading them started out as a running joke and ended up stealing the whole movie. Jimmy Dugan was supposed to be a washed-up drunk. Nobody wanted leading the Rockford Peaches, and Tom Hanks packed on nearly 30 pounds of ice cream to look the part. He was 35 that grueling Illinois summer, years before 2 Oscars and Forrest Gump made him a legend. He's been married to Rita Wilson for 38 years, raising 4 kids, including actor Colin Hanks. And at 69, he's filming a Greyhound sequel in Australia. But it was Hanks and Wilson who became the first celebrity couple to test positive for COVID, turning their living room into a pandemic headline. At 70, Gina Davis just landed a Netflix hit, 3 decades after she turned Dottie Hinson, the Rockford Peaches catcher, into an icon with a split catch she performed herself. She was 35 that summer, filming tryout scenes in 100-degree heat that left her sunburned for days. Married 4 times, including to Jeff Goldblum, she didn't have her first child until 46, raising 3 kids with surgeon Reza Jarahi before a divorce battle dragging on for 5 years. Now she says she's done with dating entirely, content as a 2-time Oscar winner who nearly made the Olympic archery team. May Mortabito was supposed to be comic relief, the wild former taxi dancer played by Madonna, but off-screen she was miserable, writing letters complaining about the Indiana heat and calling the filming location a god-forsaken place. She was 33 during that summer shoot, the biggest pop star alive. Now, 67, she's released Confessions 2, a sequel to her 2005 album, and was spotted filming in Venice for Apple's The Studio. She survived a 2023 sepsis scare that nearly killed her and postponed her tour, and is dating 29-year-old Ake Morris, decades after marriages to Sean Penn and Guy Ritchie. Long before she had her own talk show, Rosie O'Donnell was learning baseball from scratch to become Doris Murphy, the tough third baseman with a bouncer for a father. She was 29 that summer and became one of the only Peaches who could clear the fence. Her friendship with Madonna wasn't acting. The two would sneak off to Indiana bars to dance, a bond that's lasted decades. Now 64, she relocated to Dublin in 2025 after the US election and revealed in 2026 she'd gotten a facelift to erase her sad lines, reigniting her old feud with Elizabeth Hasselbeck the same year. Marla Hooch could out-hit anyone who scouted her, and Megan Kavanaugh trained until she could drive a ball 85 miles per hour to sell it. She was 30 that summer, learning to switch hit because the real Marla had been one too. In real life, she looks nothing like her dowdy unibrow character, a contrast that surprises fans at conventions. She married filmmaker Anne Chamberlain in 2008, and when her son's father remarried, families moved next door to each other so the kids could grow up together. Now, 65 and divorced since 2020, she voices animated moms, including Jimmy Neutron's mother. Betty Horne's storyline delivered the film's most devastating scene, the moment she learns her husband died overseas. And Tracy Reiner knows family heartbreak herself. She was 27 that summer, the daughter of director Penny Marshall, and adopted by Rob Reiner, who was tougher on her than anyone on set to avoid favoritism. Reiner has been married to Matthew Conlon for decades, raising 5 children. In December 2025, her family was shattered when Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle were found dead in their Los Angeles home, with her half-brother Nick arrested in connection with their deaths, a loss she's grieving. Evelyn Gardner is the reason baseball got its most famous rule, the player whose tears triggered Tom Hanks into yelling, "There's no crying in baseball," played by Biddy Schramm in her first big role at 23. What looked like devastation on screen was her fighting laughter, since Hanks was making faces at her between takes. She broke out playing Sharona on Monk, earning a Golden Globe nod before a contract dispute pushed her off the show in 2004 and stalled her momentum. Now, 57, she's kept her marriage and 2 children almost entirely out of public view, with no social media and no projects confirmed for 2026. Being the 3rd most famous Cusack didn't stop Ann Cusack from becoming one of television's most reliable character actors. But it all started with Shirley Baker, The illiterate left fielder Madonna's character teaches to read using racy novels. She was 30 that summer, studying phonetics so the reading scenes never felt mocking. While John and Joan chased movie stardom, Anne built a steady career across Grey's Anatomy, Better Call Saul, and a returning role in the final season of The Boys. At 65, she married actor Jim Pitlick in a quiet 2023 ceremony, finally getting her own happy ending. Helen Haley barely spoke a word in A League of Their Own, but Anne Ramsey's perfect stretch at first base made every catch look effortlessly real, since she was one of the most athletic players on set. She was 31 that summer, years before becoming a household name, as Lisa Stemple, Helen Hunt's sister on Mad About You. Ramsey has been an openly gay actress since the 90s, a quiet but consistent presence advocating for visibility long before it was common in Hollywood. Now, 65, and retired from acting since 2021, she spends her time writing plays instead of chasing roles. Ellen Sue Gotlander pitched The Championship Game after Kit got traded, and the woman behind that gritty performance, Freddie Simpson, wasn't an actress when she got the part. She was a volleyball player discovered at a gym by co-star Tracy Reiner. She was 31 during filming, and A League of Their Own turned out to be her only major movie, since she walked away from Hollywood soon after for a different life. Now in her mid-60s, she runs a wellness center in Virginia as an acupuncturist and yoga teacher, keeping her daughter and partner out of the spotlight. She still shows up at league reunions and charity softball games, never looking back. The Strawberry Brew's Renee Coleman shows off in the locker room scene as Alice Gasper's wasn't makeup. It came from real sliding practice that left the entire cast covered in scrapes. She was 29 that summer, playing one of the quieter Rockford Peaches with barely a line of dialogue. What happened next is the wildest career pivot of the whole cast. She left Hollywood behind in the mid-90s and earned a PhD in mythological studies, becoming a working mythologist and dream tender. Now 64 with 4 kids, Dr. Renee Coleman teaches dream analysis in Santa Clarita, a long way from a dugout in Indiana. Kit Keller spent the whole movie chasing her sister's shadow, and Lori Petty made that jealousy so real that she and Gina Davis kept their distance on set to maintain the tension between them. She was 27 that summer, training hard enough to throw a fastball by the end of the shoot. After Point Break and Tank Girl made her a 90s icon, her career cooled in the 2000s, something she blames on Hollywood not knowing how to cast an odd bird. A 2009 DU, I became a low point before she resurfaced as Lori on Orange is the New Black. And at 62, she still jokes that she doesn't date men or women, just pizza. Kit Keller spent the whole movie trying to outrun her own sister. And most of this cast spent the years after just trying to outrun typecasting, motherhood, and the occasional tabloid scandal instead. If you had to steal home against your own sibling to prove yourself, would you slide in safe or stay on first?